Alright guys, it's Tom again. Just making a very quick video for a few people who said that they wanted to see my 613, my 1-star leather jacket, which I'm wearing at the moment. There's not really a huge amount to say about this jacket because, to be honest with you, the sizing is very similar to the 618 in terms of length and sort of construction. It is extremely similar to my 618. A little bit more comfortable around the underarms. I find it fits me a little bit better that way, but it's meant to be fairly similar. I do find there are a few variances between Schott over the years, particularly some of like the more vintage ones. They've obviously updated and changed some of the cutting patterns, so they are a bit different. But no, this is a nice jacket. This is the 613H. It's a horsehide one, heavyweight leather, feels great on. This was my first Schott. Bought it a good few years ago. This is what got me interested in Schott Perfectos in the first place, and since then I've bought quite a few, going round and round trying to find the best one for me. But yeah, this was the first. I've got two others at the moment. Why is it called the 1-star? Pretty easy. Stars on each of the epaulets. Really nice, cool feature. I think I should do that on all of their jackets personally, because I think everyone loves the 1-star on the epaulets. It's worth having a look if you're buying a second-hand one to check that the stars are in place, because apparently there was a bit of a phase when they were selling in the shops many moons ago of people nicking the stars off them. So yeah, do check that if you're buying one, it does actually have the stars and not just two little holes. As with all the Schott jackets, they feel really well made. This one is older than me. I think it's between 20 and 30 years old anyway, at least. I've tried to work out how old it is looking at the label inside, but it's pretty difficult to work it out sometimes. Something I like about this jacket, because the leather is pretty stiff, it's pretty solid. You can pop your collar pretty easily, which I like. Always like that. If I go back a bit, tilt the camera. You can see the length is pretty similar to the 618. It's one of the reasons I don't wear this one too often, because it annoys me, and you can see it from the back. It's very tight around the sleeves. You can see it's a really good fit, and as a result, if I'm not on a bike, I keep them about half open, to be honest. I find it much more comfortable. They sell these on the Schott website, and as with all Schott leather jackets, fairly pricey. They sell them in steer hide. I just had a quick look, I was interested. Sell them in steer hide. As I say, this one's a horsehide one. Horsehide's nice and shiny. This one could probably do with a bit of a feed, a bit of a clean up, because it's been a while. I don't wear this one that often. But yeah, they do look good. The actual physical construction is very similar. So you've got the large panel on the back, asymmetrical zip, half belt, all the things you'd expect. Other than the stars on the epaulets, another thing to notice is there aren't the upper snaps on the lapels, which I always think is a shame. I quite like the symmetry of the upper snaps. And also the snaps aren't embossed with Schott, which the other Perfectos have the sort of trademark Schott snaps. Otherwise, it's a pretty similar jacket. Schott recommend similar sort of like sizing guidelines, so a lot of people prefer to go up a size in these, like on the 618. Again, I'm wearing a 40, I'm a 40 chest, and I wear 40 in all my Schotts because I prefer them a bit more fitted. And I would say if you're after a more fitted look, you're just going to be wearing a t-shirt, then I'd go true to size. And if I zip this one up with just a t-shirt on, it's very comfortable. And I think it looks fine. I mean, if I had a few layers on underneath, hoodies and stuff, it might be a bit more uncomfortable, but I think it's fine the way it is. A few other very subtle differences. Label in the back. Don't know if you can see that. Different label. It's not the sort of classic Schott white and yellow label with a little biker in the corner. It's got the ball label, which doesn't make a huge amount of difference, but a lot of the sort of purists, big fans of the 613, like the different label. There's quite a following for these on eBay. They sell really well on eBay and they go for quite high prices. There are quite a few people who particularly like these, so they're worth looking out for. And yeah, if you want to buy one, you might end up spending a little bit extra. That's about it really. I can't really say much more, because a lot of it's probably covered off in the 618 video really, about where it fits. Prices are very similar when you buy them new on the Schott website, and that's about it really. Yeah, just made this really quickly just to show some people just before I move, because everything's going to go into storage and be packed. So just really wanted to quickly show this one off, because I know there are a couple of guys who were asking about the 613. I've recently had some changes made to my 118 after the last video. I've actually had it taken in a bit, so I'll be doing an update video on that, because it's slightly more fitted now, after chatting to a few Perfecto heads on YouTube, making suggestions. So I'll be interested to see what you think. I hope this helped. It's almost Christmas, so happy Christmas everybody, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.